Hey guys, good morning or good afternoon. And so I can't be there today. I had to take my mom up to Atlanta to go see doctor just to follow up to a operation she had. Anyways, I'm the only person who could drive her, so I got to take care of that today. Here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna flip this over. Last class we were working on designing our own food webs. Okay, so you can kind of see my example up here on the screen. First thing I want to say is that we look at this biome, right? Because you should have picked a biome already, and we should have already been doing the research. Okay, but if you have your biome picked, right, everything in this food web here is actually dead. Nothing here could live. And the reason nothing here could live is because even though there is a sun up here, there are no arrows going from the sun to the producers here. Okay, you see all these arrows on the screen. None of them actually work because there's no source of energy. Arrows show the flow of the energy and matter. Okay, but if there's no energy coming from the sun, then these plants couldn't exist. Okay. So the arrows got to come from the sun. So when you design your food web, make sure you have a sun and the arrows are coming to it. Start here as the sun does the starting. That's the point, okay? Now, when we talk about these arrows, I need you to be able to, and in fact, I'm going to try and look at the screen rather than my phone to get this done. But if, oh, come on. Of course it's going to be embarrassing at this moment. Okay. That's what I wanted. Okay. All right. Now, if we're looking right here, we see Mr. Ellis. You can see from all the hair, okay, clearly me. And this is a burger. My question for you is, which direction should this arrow go? Should it go from the burger to me or from me to the burger? Think about that for a second. All right, which way should this arrow point? And then think about the line I told you. Arrows must show the flow of the energy and matter. So if you chose this right here, right? Arrows must show the flow of the energy and matter. This arrow is showing the flow of energy over here to this. So that means my energy and my matter is going to the burger. Is that what's happening? Is my energy going into the burger, or is the burger's energy going into me? Okay, that's at least hopefully the point when I eat this thing. Okay, so it comes over here to me and gives me energy, right? All this matter right here, okay, that's what goes to my gut, right? And adds to the fat on my body. It's from all this extra energy right here and all this extra matter, okay? So arrows show the flow of the energy and matter. So make sure your arrows are correct. Like on this, you see this little mouse here? The arrow shows the flow to the hawk. Make sure your arrows are correct. Now, coming back over here to your requirements. So again, these are your requirements, and they should be found on Canvas. You can find them on your Canvas assignment. You see we have 3 producers, 5 consumers. You have these specific consumers I want to see. 2 decomposers. Then you have your 5 abiotic factors and examples of mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. I won't be able to check over everything because I'm not there today, so you're going to have to make sure your research is good. I have a friend look over it if you want them to, okay? But if we look here, this says label because I need to know which of these factors are the abiotic factors you have on there, okay? I also need to know where your mutualism and stuff is, your symbiosis examples. So make sure you're labeling those. These ones I can kind of figure out. Okay, at least from your diagram, as long as you show the arrows properly. Because as it says, required arrows. Okay, I got to see those arrows and that they're going the right direction. So make sure that they're on here, and then I'll be able to figure out what does what from your examples. Now, oh Lord, your big thumb's in the way. Okay, anyways, what am I saying? Oh, yeah, that's the food web thing. So you're going to take about 40 minutes or so, like I said, to work on this. Maybe 45 minutes max, depending on how much time you got in class. And then we have a next assignment, okay? And so the next assignment I'm going to talk about in like 5 seconds. So this is me pausing my screen for the transition. Energy pyramids. Whoa. Okay, cool. I'm going to switch. And we're going to take a look at my screen again. And blah, blah, blah. Energy pyramids. So take a look at this energy pyramid. There are a couple things I need you to know about it, okay? Number 1. All right, these energy pyramids right here, everything you see on the screen is going to prove once and for all that Mr. Ellis is a terrible person and that vegetarians are correct. That's what all of this says. So take a look at it for a second. How does this diagram here, specifically this one over here on the right, how does that prove Mr. Ellis to be a truly terrible, awful human being and prove that vegetarians actually have it all correct? They are right. Mr. Ellis, the self-described carnivore, is wrong and honestly probably just a terrible person. Well, if you're looking at these numbers over here, hopefully you notice them. They're important because when you see that word kcal, That means kilocalorie. That means 1,000 calories. 1,000 kilocalories is actually 1 million calories. And if you ever looked on the back of one of your bottles or your candy bars or whatever, you'll see on the back it mentions these things called calories, like based off a 2,000 a day calorie diet. Calories are how much energy you get from your food. So this is an energy pyramid. So we're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about kilocalories. And I want you to look at what happens specifically to the energy on each level, from here to here to here and to here. There's a pattern. See if you can figure out what that pattern is. What's happening to it each time? Where are my math whizzes at? Hopefully right now, math whizzes are out there calling, ooh, divide by 10. In other words, only 10% of the energy makes its way up this energy pyramid. If I can go to my song, the song says, all right, energy pyramids is last on the list. Primary consumers eat producers. It's so easy to miss. The energy is lost as you move up the ladder. Eating at the top level is bad. We're wasting the matter. Okay, so look at it like this. This is a food chain. Okay, you can see it over here as well. Okay, it's a food chain. This stuff is eaten by this, it's eaten by this, but eaten by this. The energy makes its way up through our food, or excuse me, our energy pyramid here. Okay, but each level up, the pyramid gets smaller. Why does it get smaller? It gets smaller because there's less and less energy available. Every time, in fact, I'll switch this up. Every time you eat something, you are technically losing 90% of the energy. You only gain 10% of the energy that you eat. Every time you eat a candy bar, 10% of its energy. Okay, you eat a fellow human, 10% of its energy. Okay, you eat some socks, you get nothing because you can't digest that. But anything that you can eat and digest, you will get only 10%. That means 90% is lost. Where is it lost? Well, remember, you're doing respiration. Okay, respiration is a process you do. You take glucose and oxygen, you break it down to make energy. But that process takes energy. And in fact, when you do this, when you break apart glucose, some of it's released as heat. Okay, 90% of the energy is lost as heat. That's why your body heats up. You put on a sweater when you're cold. Well, the sweater's not warm, right? But your body is. And your body heats the sweater up and it kind of keeps the heat next to you. It's your body supplying the heat, okay, from all that respiration that you're doing. So when I say 90% of the energy is lost as heat, that's what I mean. When you eat a sandwich, okay, the sandwich goes into your body, you extract 10% of the nutrients, right? And the rest is just lost as heat, okay? It does no good for you. So if I come over here, I want you to focus on this, on these numbers. If producers get 1,000 kilocalories of energy from the sun, right? The crickets right here, or the grasshoppers, only get 100 kilocalories, right? But that means 90% of that energy is lost, okay? However, they're still getting 10%, which isn't too bad. If you look up here, the secondary consumers, all right, these are your carnivores. They're eating the insects. That makes them a carnivore, okay? But here's the deal. They only get 10 calories, 10 kilocalories, as opposed to 1,000. That is, again, here, look, 90% lost, 99% lost. At this level, you've lost 99% of the energy. At this level, you've lost 99.9% of the energy, okay? You're getting very little of the energy at each level. In fact, secondary consumers here only get 1% of the total. They've lost 99%, 1% of the total amount of energy available. All the rest is being lost. So when I say vegetarians are correct, what I mean is since they're eating the stuff down here, right, they're only losing 90%. Since I eat cows, which are my primary consumers, they're herbivores, right? Since I eat them, all right, I end up wasting 99% of the energy. I'm wasting extra energy that we can't really afford to lose here. Okay, and I'll talk more about this next class, but I just wanted to stress what's going on in the energy pyramid. Okay, here's your next assignment with the energy pyramid, just to kind of get us started. Okay, take a look over here. All right, so I don't care about that. I'll kind of talk about that later. Constructing your energy pyramid. Yes, we're going to construct an energy pyramid here. So take a look. You're going to take a sheet of copy paper, okay? And you can copy paper from the sub there in a second, okay? You guys make sure you're sanitizing your hands when you're getting paper from the sub, all right? Make sure he sanitizes his hands and you sanitize yours. But anyways, here's the instructions you're going to follow. And you can pause this and go as you need to. So you see, you fold the paper over like so. All right, there's some examples for the sub to use on my table as well. He can kind of show you what it should look like at each stage. All right. Next, when you fold it over like this, right, you get this weird little trapezoid, you're going to cut this bottom section off, and it should leave you with a square with one diagonal down it, okay? You guys are also going to need scissors, okay? So make sure you get the sub passes out some scissors. Again, sanitize your hands, please. And then we'll collect the scissors at the end of class. Put them in the open bucket, the one that's not being used. Down here, once you cut this part off and you got your square, right, you're going to take the square and you're going to fold it again. But this time you're going to fold it from one end of the fold to the other so you get two folds. This is a little X of folds, okay? So again, smooth it down so you get the nice sharp lines, okay? Next task, you're going to take this and you're going to cut it. You're going to stop halfway. You're just going to cut along this one little line right here. Okay, I don't think I did a good job kind of showing how this should look on here, so I apologize for that. But look, you should only go halfway, okay? And when you do, it'll make a little flap down here. And then you just take this little end here and you pull it underneath, and it should kind of stand up like a pyramid. I know there's somebody in this class who can figure out how to change that and make sure everybody knows like what it should look like. But you're not going to tape it, you're not going to glue it into a pyramid yet because you got to write on it, okay? So once you get all that done, you should be in good shape. But the main thing is we're going to take this energy pyramid and you're going to think of a food chain, and we're going to put that on there, and we're going to put different diagrams on there as well. But that'll be for our next class. Okay, just have this set up and good to go, and you should be done. Okay, you got, I guess, 20 minutes or so to do that, which shouldn't be too bad. Okay, maybe more like 10 or 15, but that's all you really need for this. Okay, then you're done. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay, all right, have a good day. All right, be nice, represent our school well, and I want to hear good things about you when I come back. Okay? All right. Take care.